Ladies and gentlemen, at some point in your life, you're going to be disrespected. Someone is going to say something cruel. Someone is going to undermine you, insult you, or try to make you feel small. And in that moment, you're going to feel the urge to react, to snap back, to prove a point, because that's what we've been conditioned to do. We think that responding with anger shows strength, that fighting back means we're not weak. But I'm here to tell you, real strength is not in the reaction. Real strength is in the silence. Real strength is knowing who you are so deeply that someone else's words or actions can't shake you. Because when you stay quiet after being disrespected, you do something powerful. You refuse to give that person control over you. Think about it. Why do people disrespect others? It's not because they're strong. It's because they're weak. People who are secure in themselves don't need to put others down. They don't need to insult, gossip, or attack. Disrespect comes from insecurity, jealousy, and ego. So when someone tries to tear you down, they're revealing something about themselves, not about you. And when you respond with silence, you send a clear message. I am above this. I get it. Staying quiet is hard. It takes discipline. Because when someone disrespects you, your emotions take over. Your ego screams, don't let them get away with that. But listen, reacting in anger only gives them what they want. It drags you down to their level. It makes you play their game. And the moment you engage, you hand them power over your emotions. You let them dictate how you feel, how you act, and how much energy you waste on negativity. But when you stay quiet, when you refuse to engage, that's when you take back control. You show that you are unshaken. You show that their words have no power over you. And let me tell you something. Nothing unsettles a disrespectful person more than someone who refuses to be affected. Disrespect is never about you. It's a reflection of the other person's character. When someone treats you poorly, speaks to you with arrogance, belittles you, or tries to make you feel small, it's easy to take it personally. It's easy to think, what did I do to deserve this? Why are they treating me this way? But here's the truth. Their words and actions have nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. People who lash out, insult, or undermine others are not operating from a place of confidence. They are not in control of themselves. They are reacting based on their own insecurities, fears, and emotional baggage. You see, strong, secure people don't need to put others down. They don't need to control, manipulate, or insult others to feel powerful. Only people who are struggling internally feel the need to diminish others. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who was truly at peace with themselves, who had a strong sense of self-worth, who was genuinely happy and they went around attacking people? Of course not. That's not how secure people operate. People who are fulfilled don't need to project negativity onto others. So the moment someone disrespects you, that's not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of what's broken inside them. Let's say you're at work and a colleague constantly criticizes you, not in a constructive way, but in a way that feels personal. They downplay your efforts. They throw subtle insults your way. You start questioning yourself. Am I doing something wrong? Am I not good enough? But pause for a moment and ask yourself, what does their behavior actually say about them if they were truly secure in their own abilities, if they were truly confident in themselves? Would they feel the need to tear others down? No, they wouldn't. Their disrespect comes from a place of a lack of confidence, a lack of emotional intelligence, or a lack of inner peace. The same applies in relationships. If someone treats you with disrespect, whether it's a partner, a friend, or a family member, it is not because you deserve it. It's because they are dealing with their own unresolved issues. Maybe they are unhappy with their own life. Maybe they feel powerless in other areas, so they try to assert control over you. Maybe they've never learned how to communicate their emotions in a healthy way, so they lash out instead. None of that has anything to do with you. Understanding this is a game changer. Because the moment you stop taking disrespect personally, you free yourself from it. You stop letting other people's actions dictate how you feel about yourself. You stop internalizing their negativity. Instead, you see their behavior for what it truly is, a reflection of them, not you. Now, this doesn't mean you tolerate disrespect. It doesn't mean you allow people to walk all over you. It means you stop giving their words and actions power over you. You stop letting them affect your self-worth. You stop reacting emotionally to things that aren't even about you. And when you do that, you take back your control. Because here's the thing, when someone is disrespectful, what they want is a reaction. They want to trigger you. They want to see you get upset. They want to drag you into their negativity. Why? Because that validates them. If they're feeling insecure, seeing you react gives them a false sense of power. But when you stay calm, when you don't engage, when you recognize their behavior for what it is, they lose that power over you. Think of it like this: if someone throws a ball at you and you catch it, now you're holding on to it. But if you simply step aside and let it drop to the ground, they lose control of the game. The same goes for disrespect. You don't have to catch it. You don't have to carry it. You don't have to make it yours. Let it drop. Let it stay where it belongs, with the person who threw it. The most powerful response to disrespect is not anger. It's not revenge. It's not proving a point. The most powerful response is understanding that their actions are not a reflection of you. It's realizing that their words don't define your worth. It's knowing that you don't have to participate in someone else's dysfunction, because at the end of the day, how someone treats you is a reflection of them. But how you respond, that's a reflection of you. And when you truly understand that, you stop letting disrespect shake you. You rise above it, you move forward, and you let karma handle the rest. Reacting with anger or retaliation gives away your power. When someone disrespects you, it's natural to feel that surge of emotion rise up: the frustration, the need to defend yourself, the urge to put them in their place. But here's the thing. The moment you react in anger, you are no longer in control. You've handed them the keys to your emotions, and they're now driving. And that's exactly what they want. Think about it. Why do people disrespect others in the first place? It's not just about being mean. It's about control. When someone insults you, dismisses you, or talks down to you, they are testing your emotional response. They want to see if they can get under your skin. If you lash out, if you argue, if you go into defense mode, they win. Because now, instead of focusing on your own life, your own goals, your own peace, you're caught up in them, you're playing their game. But what happens when you don't react? What happens when you simply refuse to engage? You keep your power. You keep your energy. You stay in control. And nothing frustrates a disrespectful person more than someone who refuses to be affected by their negativity. Let's break this down. Imagine someone insults you, maybe at work, maybe online, maybe even in your own family. They say something completely out of line. The old version of you might snap back, might raise your voice, might spend the rest of the day replaying that conversation in your head. But the new version of you, the version that values peace over drama, that version doesn't take the bait. That version recognizes what's really happening, that this person is trying to get a reaction. And instead of giving them what they want, you stay quiet. You walk away. You let them deal with their own negativity. Because here's the truth: when you argue with someone who thrives on disrespect, you don't actually win, even if you come up with the perfect comeback, even if you put them in their place. You've still spent your energy on them. You've still allowed them to occupy space in your mind, in your emotions, in your day. That's energy you could have used to focus on yourself. That's energy you could have spent moving forward. Instead, you've let them pull you into their storm. And listen, I'm not saying you should let people walk all over you. I'm not saying you should tolerate disrespect. What I'm saying is that responding in anger doesn't make you powerful. It makes you reactive, and power is about control. Power is about being so grounded in who you are that no one can shake you. I think of the most successful, respected people you know. Do they waste time fighting battles that don't serve them? No. They choose where to invest their energy. They don't let small-minded people pull them into arguments. They don't waste their breath trying to change people who don't want to change. They understand that not every battle is worth fighting, because the more time you spend engaging with negativity, the less time you have to build something positive. Now, let's talk about something important: ego. Because a lot of times the reason we react in anger is because our ego gets bruised. Someone disrespects us and suddenly we feel like we have to prove something. We feel like we have to show them that we're not weak, that we're not to be messed with. But true confidence isn't about proving anything to anyone. True confidence is about knowing who you are so deeply that nothing anyone says or does can shake you. Picture this: you're in a heated argument, and just as things are about to escalate, you decide to walk away. The other person might call you a coward. They might say, "Oh, you're just going to leave." But deep down, they know they lost. Because they wanted you to react. They wanted you to match their energy. And you refused. That's power. The greatest strength you can have is the ability to choose your response. Not every insult deserves your attention. Not every argument is worth your time. Not every battle needs to be fought. Because at the end of the day, The best revenge isn't anger, it's success. It's peace. It's the ability to move forward, unaffected, while the people who tried to bring you down are still stuck in their own negativity. Silence is not weakness, it's self-control and emotional intelligence. Too often, people mistake silence for surrender, as if not reacting means you're weak, scared, or incapable of standing up for yourself. But in reality, silence is one of the most powerful responses you can give because it means you are in control. It means you are not letting your emotions dictate your actions. It means you understand that some things simply do not deserve your energy. When someone disrespects you, they are looking for a reaction. They want to see you flinch. They want to see you get defensive. They want to feel like they have power over you. And the moment you respond with anger, frustration, or even an attempt to explain yourself, you give them exactly what they're looking for. But when you stay silent, when you refuse to engage, you rob them of that satisfaction. You show them that their words, their actions, their negativity, none of it has any impact on you. Imagine a situation where someone is insulting you, pushing your buttons, trying to provoke you. If you respond, if you argue, if you match their energy, the situation escalates. You get sucked into their negativity. But if you remain calm, if you give them nothing, no reaction, no validation, no emotional response, they lose. They lose control of the situation. They lose the power they thought they had over you. Silence is not about being passive. It's about choosing not to engage in battles that don't serve you. It's about understanding that your peace, your mental clarity, and your emotional stability are far more important than proving a point to someone who doesn't even deserve your time. Because the truth is, people who are constantly trying to tear others down are not operating from a place of strength. They are acting out of their own insecurities, their own fears, their own internal struggles. And when you recognize that, it becomes much easier to walk away without feeling like you've lost something. Think about the most powerful and respected individuals in the world. Karma works silently, but it never fails. When someone disrespects you, belittles you, or treats you unfairly, the immediate instinct is to strike back, to put them in their place, to prove that you won't be walked over. But here's what most people don't realize. Life has a way of balancing things out without you having to lift a finger. The energy people put out into the world always comes back to them. It might not happen immediately. It might not be in a way you expect, but it happens. Every action has a consequence. And those who act with negativity, disrespect, and cruelty will eventually face the repercussions of their own behavior. When you react with anger, when you let someone's disrespect pull you into a battle of words, you are doing exactly what they want. You're giving them attention. You're feeding into their drama, and you're wasting your energy on someone who doesn't deserve it. But when you stay quiet, when you walk away, when you refuse to let their negativity affect you, you're doing something far more powerful. You're letting life handle them because it will. It always does. People who go through life disrespecting others, treating people poorly, and acting with arrogance or cruelty eventually find themselves in situations where they are forced to face their own actions. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but life has a way of teaching people lessons. They might lose the respect of those around them. They might find themselves alone, wondering why no one wants to be in their presence. They might experience their own struggles, their own downfalls, and suddenly realize what it feels like to be on the receiving end of what they once gave to others. That's how karma works. It's not always loud, it's not always immediate, but it is always fair. You've probably seen this happen before. Maybe you've watched someone who mistreated others end up losing everything, friends, opportunities, success, because they kept putting out negativity into the world. Maybe you've seen someone who used to be cruel and arrogant suddenly face a situation where they needed kindness, but no one was willing to give it to them. That's karma in action. And the best part, you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to argue, fight, or seek revenge. You just focused on yourself, kept moving forward, and let life take care of the rest. This is why staying quiet is so powerful. When you don't respond to disrespect, you're not letting them win. You're letting karma win. You're stepping aside and allowing the universe to do its work. You're not wasting your time trying to change someone who doesn't want to change. You're not draining your energy proving yourself to someone who isn't even worth it. You're simply living your life, knowing that what goes around always comes around. And the beautiful thing about this mindset is that it frees you. You no longer carry anger. You no longer feel the need to fight every battle. You no longer let other people's negativity bring you down because you understand that their actions will catch up to them. You understand that their choices will lead to their own consequences, and you understand that your time and energy are far too valuable to waste on someone who will eventually face the results of their own behavior. So the next time someone disrespects you, pause, take a breath, remind yourself that you don't need to react. You don't need to argue. You don't need to seek revenge because karma is already working. And the best thing you can do, stay focused on yourself, keep moving forward, keep building your own life, and let the universe take care of the rest. Inner peace is more valuable than proving a point. In the moment, when someone disrespects you, it can feel like the only option is to fight back, to defend yourself, to make sure they know they can't get away with it. But the truth is, the need to prove yourself to someone who disrespects you only drains your energy and pulls you away from what truly matters. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to convince someone that you deserve respect. What you do need is peace of mind, and that means learning to let go of battles that don't serve you. Imagine every time someone tries to belittle you, insult you, or push your buttons, you engage, you argue back, you spend hours thinking about what you should have said, you replay the situation in your head over and over. What does that accomplish? Nothing. All it does is rob you of your peace. It keeps you stuck in negativity. It keeps you emotionally invested in people who don't deserve space in your mind. And it keeps you from focusing on what actually matters, your growth, your happiness, your future. People who provoke you are looking for a reaction. When you give it to them, you're playing right into their hands. But when you stay quiet, when you choose not to engage, when you refuse to let them pull you into their negativity, you are making the strongest statement possible. You don't control me. You don't get to disturb my peace. You don't have power over me. That is true strength. That is real confidence, because the most powerful people in the world aren't the ones who win every argument. They're the ones who know which battles are worth fighting and which ones aren't even worth their time. Let's be clear. Choosing inner peace over proving a point doesn't mean you allow people to walk all over you. It means you are secure enough in yourself that you don't need validation from others. It means you recognize that your energy is precious and wasting it on negative people isn't worth it. It means you trust that the truth always reveals itself in time, and you don't need to force anyone to see your worth. Think about a time when you walked away from a pointless argument, a toxic conversation, or a situation that was only going to drain you. Didn't you feel lighter? Didn't you feel more in control? That's what happens when you choose peace over chaos. It's a decision to protect your energy, to focus on your well-being, and to rise above the noise. And here's the best part. When you make this a habit, when you consistently choose inner peace over proving a point, you start to attract better things into your life. You stop wasting time on people who don't respect you. You stop carrying the burden of negativity that isn't yours to hold. You start creating space for positivity, for growth, for opportunities that actually align with your purpose. Because at the end of the day, what matters more, being right or being happy? Proving a point or protecting your mental well-being? Winning an argument or walking away with your dignity intact? The answer is always the same. Your peace is priceless. And the moment you realize that, you become unstoppable.